Welcome to the BNB. Today we're going to be looking into another amazing video. That video is going to be concerning the Corsair stock. A stock that I believe is criminally undervalued and that had a 25% pump for 30 minutes. Thank you, Wall Street Bet. So it is a pretty easy ticker to find out. It's CRSR, Corsair Gaming. I just add the gaming all the time. I'm just used to saying it, but it's just Corsair. So when you type in, if you're looking just from the name, just type in Corsair. So what they do is how they make their money, how they are profitable, what's their business model is they sell gaming equipment, streaming equipment. If you are familiar with the Elgato brand, it used to be very popular with FIFA streamers back in the day. They used to stream their FIFA content through Elgato. It's high quality content and high quality devices, streaming devices. In my opinion, they are the best in the industry right now. So if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, gaming YouTube channel, they would be the preferred gaming equipment you should get, streaming equipment you should get, and they have been serving for 2 decades, so they have a lot of experience in the industry. And 2 decades ago, you might say, hey, there was no gaming, but they evolved over time, and now they're in the technological space, and over time they can evolve into the software space because now they only sell hardware. That's the main way they're making money for now. But over time, I believe they can be relevant in the software space. They can provide some teaching, gaming teaching advice. That's what they're currently planning. It's a small part of their business. It's not how they're making majority of their money, but over time they can get into that space. And there's a lot of opportunity for Corsair Gaming. The gaming space is evolving. It's a growing space. It's not a small space. And over time, people believe, like if you see the League of Legends number and the streaming numbers, it's incredible amounts of number. So for me, Corsair Gaming is an incredible stock. It is now for some reason considered a meme stock because it was unfortunately or fortunately pumped by the Wall Street Bet community. I want to thank you guys. I was able to personally make a lot of money from that. I was able to trade the Corsair stock. I will show you my sell and my buys afterwards when I will be talking about the company itself. So first of all, I'm going to go into their financials, how they've been growing and what's their stats, and if the stock is a fundamentally good stock. Like at the BNB, we love to do the bullish and bearish analysis. So first of all, we're going to be looking into its EBITDA. Its EBITDA growth year over year was 197%. What is EBITDA? So it's earning before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. So it's a way to factor in the revenue, how much the company makes, with a lot of discrepancies and a lot of you exclude a lot of factors. But for now, 197% growth in EBITDA year over year is incredible. And the profit margin, so it's a profitable company. I said that in the beginning of the video. Profit margins are 30.8%. Now, for a hardware company, that's incredible. For a software company, actually, it's not that wow. We've seen some 80% companies that have profit margins of 80%. But here, 30% for a hardware company is great. And their profits have been growing 72% year over year. And if you are unfamiliar with what happened last quarter, the company had a triple beat on Wall Street expectation. And when it's a triple beat, it means they beat on revenue, income, EPS, everything. And that is when that happens, it's a really good thing for the stock. And the stock is supposed to go up 10, 12% most of the time, especially for a company that has a small market cap such as Corsair Gaming. But unfortunately, the stock went down 4%. That was because they were doing earnings when the tech stocks were all dropping, all the ARK stocks were dropping, unfortunately. That's when they did their earnings. And because it's a scheduled time, they cannot change the date to a time that pleases them, the CEO or whatever. So unfortunately, they did that on the time they were scheduled to do, and they had a triple beat and they improved their guidance. So the company was doing phenomenally year over year. And the forward PE on the company is 15.88. So actually, it's not an overvalued company in any way, shape, or form. It's actually, I would say, an undervalued company in the space they are, in a growing industry they are. Honestly, it's a very undervalued company. So if you are looking into investing into that, you should do your due diligence. Now I'm going to go into the bearish factors of the company because that's what the BNB loves to do. So let's get into the bearish factors. So unfortunately, the company has a lot of debt on its balance sheet. So their total debt is around $299 million. And their cash on hand is $121.6 million, which entails, in the end of the day, means that their net debt is around $177.3 million. And usually companies are they have higher interest rate, so they tend to try to pay their debt as soon as possible. But nowadays we know that it's a low interest rate environment, Thank you, Jerome Powell. Thank you very much. And that's why the growth companies have been going up in price, and they're overvalued at this point. So the net debt, they're not really forced to pay the debt as quick as possible. They have no incentive to pay, so they can just pay it off slowly, and until the rates go up, then they'll be like, okay, yeah, I have to go in as fast as possible. So that in my opinion is a good thing and a bad thing. They have a lot of debt on their balance sheet, so if the rates go up, then unfortunately they'll be pressured to repay the debt as soon as possible if it's a short-term loan, or however the structure of the loan is situated. If it's a long-term loan, then obviously the interest rate are a bit higher on long-term loans, because the volatility of the interest rate doesn't matter that much. But if it's a short-term loan, then volatility should be the interest rate should be a little bit lower, a bit less. But that's not the main issue. The issue that Wall Street is seeing with the gaming industry and the streaming industry is that now that the pandemic is over, people are going to go out more and more, and the gaming industry will decrease in size. If the gaming industry and the streaming industry decreases in size, the total adjusted market, the TAM for Corsair Gaming, is unfortunately going to drop. So for example, if Corsair has 5% of the gaming industry, streaming industry market share, so the industry is valued at $100, let's say. So 5% of $100 is around $5. So the company's revenue is $5. But if the total adjusted market and the industry shrinks in size, now that the industry is now worth 10% less, $90, the revenue for our Corsair Gaming company is going to be unfortunately lower. It's going to be $4.50. That's a decrease of 10%. So as the market decreases and their market share, if it stays the same and they don't grow in market share, then unfortunately their revenue has to decrease. It's obvious, that's what the total adjusted market is. And I want to explain to you what I was able to do with the short squeeze that happened, or the big increase in price that happened with Corsair Gaming very, very recently. It was about a week ago, I'd say. So what happened is I had owned a lot of Corsair Gaming stocks, around 197 shares, which is worth around 8K USD. And you'll be able to see my buy orders and my sell orders on the screen right now. So what happened is the company went up incredible amounts, around 20 to 25% pre-market. So the stocks was trading around, like at the market open, it was trading at around $42. And my cost basis on the stock was $36.48. So the day before it was trading at 32, up 25%, 42. That's incredible for me. I was like, okay, wow, what should I do? I thought by myself, this is going to be a pump and dump, or is it not going to be a pump and dump? And I know that Corsair is not as popular as AMC. There's no real fundamental for the apes to hold that stock. So what I did is I actually sold my stock at $41. I made a profit of around 1K USD, and it was really helpful for my portfolio. But before it's already beating the S&P, I'm actually a very good investor. Thank you. Anyway, so I was able to get a 1K profit. And after that, I saw that, like, whatever the pattern I've been seeing with Wall Street bet stocks is they tend to pump on the on the market open around from 8 to 9. They tend to pump, and then what happens is at the end of the day they kept going down, and what happens in the next day they pump again. So my original plan was to sell on $41, $42 and then buy back market when the market's closing. At market close around 34. I didn't do that. I bought it on the next day, and actually the market did not pump again. So it was just a one-time pump. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have no idea if it was. So I bought back some shares at a price of $35.68. So right now my price average is $35.68, and I'm currently down on the position around 400-500 USD because I didn't put in 8K USD. I put in like 4-5K USD. And I personally believe the growth story behind Corsair Gaming is unmeasurable. They will be a 2x company. Now I don't know if it's going to be within 2 years or 4 years, depends all on the market sentiment and if there's a recession coming and inflation fears. And there's so many factors to consider, but I believe Corsair on a long-term basis is going to be a beast of a company. So if it goes down even more, like I would say under 30 is an amazing opportunity to buy, and I would buy some more. I would love to buy. So that's my personal opinion on the Corsair Gaming. If you're interested in buying the share or anything, go ahead, do it. Do your own due diligence. I was able to explain to you the bullish and the bearish side, so you're fully informed on both sides. And actually, there's more factors to take in mind, but that's just a general opinion and a general perspective we like to give at the BNB. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video.